And Shefton says the goal was to give the kids an interactive experience both inside and outside. And even though construction is speeding up right here along Route 17, state troopers are reminding drivers to slow down. Nick and Renata, the drought last year led to some pretty small apples. But Alec Moore, owner of Apples and More, says this year is completely different. And you probably won't need to pick nearly as many apples to make that homemade apple pie. Nick and Renata, shortly after the former governor's announcement, many hospitals spoke out, notifying employees of the mandate and pushing for vaccination over a month before the deadline. Nick, parents who previously did not have any other option may be able to get their child vaccinated for coronavirus. According to a report from Pfizer and BioNTech, the vaccine has been proven to be safe and effective in kids age 5 to 11. In a formal letter to Governor Kathy Hochul, 10 counties in upstate New York, including Schuyler and Steuben counties, asked the governor to consider the, quote, unintended consequences a vaccine mandate could have on the local healthcare system. Decades have come and gone since many survivors dealt with childhood sexual assault, most of them with the same thought in the back of their minds.
Some of my earliest memories are of the abuse taking place.
When Jeff thinks back to the summer he spent with his uncle,
I remember me and my brother both being groomed. He would suggest that we go ride snowmobiles. He took an interest in us.
Whether someone spent time with a family member or, in Michael's case, at a church, as kids, they didn't get the sense that something was wrong right away.
Absolutely not. It wasn't until some outside church activities came about that my encounters with him came along.
Especially when Michael's family encouraged him to spend time with his perpetrator.
My mother was immediately dismissive. Oh no, he's a great guy. I don't think you should feel uncomfortable. I think you should join him.
But others didn't have a sense of security.
He made me feel unsafe. He made me feel scared all the time.
When she lived in a home with her foster father, Tammy went to bed most nights terrified.
I didn't expect him to come into the room when it was that dark and, we were sleeping. And I just laid there terrified, not knowing what he was going to do because he came right towards me.
After things escalated, these survivors felt the need to talk to someone.
I said to my mother, who was cooking dinner, I said, Uncle Mike wants me to touch him, and he wants to touch me.
For Jeff, the abuse stopped almost immediately.
So something inside me as a child, strangely enough, was able to communicate this to an adult that would take care of me.
But speaking up didn't always bring the abuse to an end. Tammy says she tried to talk to her caseworker about her foster father.
And she said that more or less that she didn't believe me because she had children placed there a lot and that they were good people.
Tammy, Jeff, and Michael say they've dealt with unresolved trauma from the abuse. Years later, they're looking for closure and accountability.
In the absence of an apology letter, which I know I will never get, where else is there to go?
Opening a civil case gave them a voice, and they hope others can find theirs.
And I want them to come. I want them to open their mouths and scream. Just scream to the top of their lungs till somebody listens to them, because I just want people to know that this kind of stuff affects a person's life for the rest of their life.
Though many of these civil cases don't lead to any payment, some survivors feel like filing helped them move forward.
There are a lot of victims out there that are suffering. I know what it's like to suffer. And I know what it's like to recover, too.
And if any survivors are listening,
The truth doesn't harm. Come forth. Do right by yourself. Do something for yourself.
reporting for WENY News, I'm Lexie Cutmore. Named after the founder's four-legged friend who has since passed away, Luke's Hidden Haven is exactly that. A safe place for rescues.
But we have one very different faction. We take dogs who have lost their owners through going into a nursing home or perhaps passing away, and those dogs are often very old.
And what keeps this rescue open is simple: a love for woman's best friend.
I'm not a fan of euthanasia. If a dog can have a life with quality, then he belongs at loose.
Big, tall, skinny, and small, no dog is turned away, regardless of their behavior, background, or health conditions. And some of these canines, like Cooper and his partner in crime, are learning how to trust people.
And they were in a trailer for 3 years with their owner. They were never
been out.
And others come in with strong personalities, like Jack.
And he steals other dogs' toys and refuses to give them back.
Yeah, he's a character.
Yeah.
Most of the rescues are dogs from overseas.
Well, here we have the Humane Society. We have various private organizations. We have, public organizations. There's an awful lot of good work being done. Over there, they have nothing.
Before the CDC put in a suspension on dogs from countries with a high risk for illnesses, 8 dogs Luke's was taking in were forced to quarantine, and the cost added up quickly.
It is $200 per day per dog. We ran up a bill very quickly with another rescue we were working with for $25,000.
Finances are always on the top of their minds.
We worry about them all the time.
All the time.
Information on how you can help Luke's Hidden Haven can be found on our website at weny.com. Reporting in Rome, Lexie Cutmore, WENY News.